Good morning, everybody. Good morning. I welcome you to this training today. Let me share my screen. You are highly welcome to today's training. Let me share my screen. I'm trying to share my screen now. Please, if you can hear me and you can see me, type Revit tutorial in the comment section. We are so glad to be here today. Let me share my screen now. I believe you can hear me and you can see me. Please, if you can hear me, you can see me, type Revit tutorial in the comment section. Okay, Oyewumi is hearing me and he can see me. Oyewumi Ogunlade, you are welcome. And okay, at least Ogunlade is hearing me, and I believe every other person should be able to hear me now. So we are starting right away. In the training today, we'll be looking at how to start Revit as a complete beginner. And the Revit we'll be using, the version we'll be using today is version 2019. And it happens to be one of my favorites. Revit 2019 is my favorite. I love using it a lot. And that is the one I'll be showing you this morning. Okay, so let's assume you have never used Revit before. You are a complete beginner. All you need to do is you simply go to your desktop, double click on the icon of Revit. Once you double click on it, it will launch to this stage. And at this stage, there are several options for you. You have an existing document. That is, if any document has been done on your system before, you are going to see it here. But on the other hand, if you have never done any project before, in that case, you may not see, the only ones you see here are Revit templates or Revit sample. Okay, so once you get to this stage and you want to start a fresh project, all you need to do is, if you look towards the left hand side here, you will see under project, you see open new construction templates, architectural templates, structural templates, mechanical templates, and so on and so forth. Then you will see families. You will see open new conceptual mass, and so on and so forth. So if you want to start a new project, all you need to do is to click new. And once you click on new, it will take you to this dialog box. You can see this dialog box here. Then you are going to click browse. It will take you to all this one. Now let me inform you here that if your Revit did not load well during installation, you may not have this template. Okay, if your Revit do not load well, you may not have this template. But I am going to be showing you how you are going to get those templates before the end of this training today. All right. So if you are here, you can decide to open any of these. I want to use this because some of these are not in English language. So I prefer to use this default, this particular one. You can see my cursor here. So I'm going to click on it. Once I select it, I click open and I click OK. Now you can see that template was actually in Revit 2017. That is, I loaded it from Revit 2017. That's why it's upgrading now. And it has upgraded. And here we are. This is empty space. No design on it yet, nothing. Okay. Now you see this one, this particular, you can see once I click on this place, I can move it out. This is called project browser. It is very, very important. This is where you can view your floor plan, you can view your sections, your elevations, every part of your building. You want to view it. These are where you view it. You can see, you can collapse it. You can collapse it. And if you want to expand it, you see this plus icon. Once you click on it, it will expand all those things that are there. Here is still level 1, level 2, sides. Then you also see ceiling here. On the ceiling plans, you see level 1, level 2. You see elevation here. This elevation, you can collapse it. You can also expand it. You see east, north, south, west. Okay? Then you can even see families here. You can collapse, you can expand these families. Can you see that? You can expand it. And even groups, you can expand it. All right? Then you can collapse it. Let me collapse this for now. If I click on minus icon, it means I've collapsed it. Now you can see my own here. If you open your Revit for the first time, you will not see it on the right-hand side here. Rather, you will see it under the property palette. This is called property palette. This is where we can adjust the properties of our materials in Revit. The properties of windows, door, walls, anything, glasses, anything you want to adjust the properties. The families, how it appears. This is where we do all those adjustments. It is called property palette. Now, if you are a learner, sometimes you can mistakenly click on this. I hover my cursor on it now, you see close. Can you see that? If I close it now, you see nothing is here again. And if you are a learner, you may, at this point, you may be frustrated. So what you're going to do is, you right click on empty space like this. You go, you will see property. For me, I prefer to be on the right so that I can always expand it and see everything, that all the views that are very important to me. Okay, having said all that, the next thing we will want to do is to create our levels. Levels are very, very important in Revit. It is with level you can control the height of your objects in Revit. You can control the height of your walls. You can control the height of your building. You can do that with levels in Revit. All right. So if you want to create your level, go to any of these elevations. Could be south, north, east, west, anyone. And alternatively, if it is a project you have been using before, that means you may have section. Okay, so you can go to section and also create your levels there. But for this project, we don't have any section now because it is a new project. We have never done anything before. That's why we don't have section. Until you create a section before you can have a section here. So let's go to this south elevation. Okay, so now I am in south elevation. Only levels we have on now, we have level 1, which is at 0 elevation, and we have level 2, which is at 400,000 elevation. Okay, so I can decide to bring this one down. If I want to bring it down, there are several ways I can go around it. I can simply double click on this value, change 100, press enter. It is going to come down. Can you see that it has come down to the height, right? Or I can even decide to make it 450 instead. Let me make it 450. I'll make it 450 and press enter. It has come down. All right, now I want to create more. I want to create more level. So what I'm going to do is I can select this, any of this level. If I select any of these, you will see this icon here. This is called create similar. That is, I want to create something similar to what I have selected now. So I'll click on create similar. All right, now you see something is active here already. We call this one. At this point, I can type the offset value. The offset value I want to type here is 150 mm. And make sure that this one is checked. If this is checked, it means that it is going to create a floor plan for that particular level. But if you uncheck it, by the time you create a level, no floor plan will be created for it. Okay, so it is left for you either to create a floor plan for it or just have a level just like that. But for me, I want to have a floor plan. Make plan view. All right, and I like to use pick lines. So I'm going to pick this existing line, and once I hover my cursor on the existing one, you see a dashed line, a little bit faint, and that is telling you where the next level that you are about to create now, where it is going to be placed. So I'm going to click on it, bam, and you see it is there, and it's at the height of 150 mm based on what I've typed here. All right, now I want to create more. The next one I want to create now will be at the height of 3,600 mm. So I'm going to type 3,600 just like that, and I hover my cursor on the existing one, and now you can see a faint dashed line telling me where the next level will be created. I simply drop it, and you can see here. Okay, you can see it here. Then the next one I will create will be at the height of 150 mm from here. So I'm going to type 150 mm. 150, just type 150. Don't add mm to it. Okay. All right, let me check the comments. Okay, there is nothing bad for now. Okay, that means you guys are getting me. So I'm going to pick this and create the next one. Then the next one I will create will be at 3,600 mm. That is my headroom for the first floor. Okay, I'm going to pick this. All right. Then the next one I will create will be at, let's say, 5,000 from the existing one, 5,000 from here. All right, that is that. Okay, now here we go. This particular plan is just a one-story building. This is for a one-story building. Okay, let's go. Let's go. So if I want to exit from the creating of these levels, if I'm done with creating of levels, I want to move to the next command. What I'm going to do is to click on this modify, this arrow. If you click on this arrow, you are going to exit from any command you are on. All right. So I have exited from those commands, and I am going to go to any of this. But before I go to any of this plan, I want to change the names. You can see the levels here. You can see level 1. Okay, though they are jamming each other, and that is because the scale is big. If I reduce the scale to something like 20 now, you see they will no longer jam each other as much again. Okay, so these ones that are jamming each other, what you do is, once you select it, you will see a little zigzag here, zigzag sign here. Click on it, and with this, you can now drag one of them out so that they will not jam each other. Okay, can you see that now? Now this is level 2, level 3. This level 3, in the name, I can double click on it, change it to ground floor plan. Okay, and once I click empty space, you will see, would you like to rename corresponding views? I click yes, and once I do that, you will see that the name has been updated here on the project browser. Can you see that? Okay, then I will go to the next level, which is this particular one. That is level 5. I will double click on the name, change it to first floor plan, and click empty space again, and you will receive the same notification. Would you like to rename corresponding views? Click yes. And once you click yes, the names will be on the floor plan. Can you see this here? Okay, let's move. The next one I want to rename is this particular level 6. And I'm going to name it as ceiling level. Click empty space and click yes. Then we are moving. The next one, which is this level 7, I will name it to roof level and click empty space, click yes, and that is it. So we have the most important levels we need in this project. All right, so now that I am done with naming all these, let me change my scale back to 100, scale 1 to 100. Okay, so I'm back to scale 1 to 100, and it's appearing better for me. Let me see the notification Revit tutorial. How do I install Revit on my system? Okay, fire me, Sheung. You are asking question how you are going to install Revit on your system. Ensure you stay with me till the end of this training. I will show you how you are going to install Revit on your system. If you have any question, make sure you stay with me till the end of this training, because I'm going to be answering all questions at the end of the training. All right. So, Mr. Fayomi Sheung, don't bother. I will show you how you install Revit at the end of the training. And Ubong Opium, please, I don't understand how you create 150 mm. Okay, if you don't understand, okay, how I create 150 mm. All right, let me, for the sake of Mr. Ubong, if you look at this space, look at this space. This is 150. You don't understand how I created it. Okay, let me just show you somewhere here. If I want to create another one that will be at 150 from here, what I will do is select this one, create similar, then pick, I'll use pick line, and on the option bar here, you will see where you can type the offset. So type 150 there. And once you type 150 there, any one you drop now will be at 150 from that one you have just created. I'm sure you understand it now. Okay, so Mr. Ubong, I have answered your question so that you can follow us. Okay, so I'm going to delete that level now because I don't need it now. Okay, so any other question, I will answer it at the end of the training. You are all welcome. And ensure you share this video with your friends. Anybody that you will wanting to know how to use Revit architecture, share this video with them. All right, let's proceed. Okay, so now we have our levels. Now our level is created, and that is one of the most important thing you need to do in Revit. Okay, so if I want to start my planning, most of the time, if I am working on the site layout, if I'm working on the site, I usually go to level 1, because this level 1 is assumed to be the natural ground level. So I go to level 1, and on this level 1, I can sketch my site layout there, or I can import my survey plan from AutoCAD, whatever, anywhere you want to get your survey plan from. You can even sketch you can produce your survey, your site layout here from your survey plan. You can produce it in Revit. Okay, but for the purpose of this training, let's just pick a wall and use it to sketch something that represents our site layout. Okay. Okay, so this one represents our site layout. Let's assume that our site layout is rectangular in shape. Okay. Then this is our site layout. If you look at it in 3D now, Okay, you see what we have. You can see that the walls are too high. If you look at it in 3D, you see that the walls are too high. So what you can do to control it is you simply select all the walls. Select all the walls. And I use filter to filter other things out. And on the property palette, you cannot control the height. You can see base constraints is in level 1, which is okay. And the top constraint, you can see top constraint is unconnected. At this point, if you want to leave it unconnected, it means that you are not going to use any level to control it. Okay, that is what unconnected means. So for the fence wall, I usually leave it unconnected. So at this point, you cannot determine just the height you want your fence wall to be. And you are not attaching it to any level at all. So I can type 1500 mm and press apply. And once I do that, you see that the wall has gone down. Can you see that? You can see that the wall has gone down. The height has gone down. That is very good. Now, the next thing we'll do is to start creating our building plan. You want to produce your building plan. Usually, I normally do that on the ground floor plan. So if I go to my ground floor plan and go to architecture tab, pick a wall. If I pick a wall, notice the type of wall you have picked. Okay, then this wall, we need to edit style. You need to edit it. Then you can duplicate it and type 225 mm. Click OK. And you can now edit it. Change the thickness to 225. And for the material, you can see under the material, you see by category. You are going to click somewhere here. You will not see any button here until you click it. So click on this. And once you click on that, you can duplicate any of these. Duplicate this wall. Duplicate that wall and name it as 225 wall. And the color, you can change the color here. Let's say I want it something like off-white. And click OK. Click OK again. And click OK. Click OK. All right. Then you can now start your plan. Depends on what your plan is. And start your plan. All right. Okay, now for this wall, we have not actually edited this one. We have only edited this. I'm sure you remember. If you check the size of this, if you dimension this wall now. Okay, now I want to dimension. You see that my Revit is snapping the center of the wall. Revit is snapping the center of the wall. Instead of the edges of the wall, you can change it here. can change it here. This is where you can change it. Once you pick a dimension and Revit is snapping the center of the wall, you change it on the option bar. Change it to wall faces. Now Revit can now snap the edges of the wall. Can you see that? Okay. Now for this fence wall, you can see that it is 200 mm. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight all those fence wall, pressing Control, and I am going to edit type, duplicate, and change the name to fence wall, and click OK. Then you can now click Edit, change the thickness to 225 and the material. The material, you can start the material from here, from the existing one. You can start from any of these. So I can right click on this, duplicate, and rename to fence wall. Fence wall. And I can change the color to something like brown. Let me change it to something like gray. Let me change it to gray and click OK. Click OK again. And we go. Okay, now if you measure it now, it should be 225 now. Can you see? All right. So that is how you can get started with Revit architecture. Okay, so with this, you are able to start your planning. You can start your planning. Let me go through some of the questions we have here. Okay, Mr. Richard. Great. I am in a car, but I am enjoying it. Oh, thank God you are enjoying it. And Menyalo Isaac Moshood, thank you for the training. Oh, thank you so much. And Ravel is saying that, hi, sir, please, I will appreciate if you can share the video with me. I am unable to attend the meeting. Good day. Okay, no problem. I will share the training. And Mr. Ubong Opion. Okay, I understand now. Okay, thank God you understand now. Okay, Richard, please, can I still have access to the video after the live class? I will try and provide the video after the class. Okay, thank you for attending the class. Now, before I wrap up for the training today, I'd like to introduce my Revit tutorial masterclass to you guys. And I will be leaving the link to where you can enroll for this training in the description of this video. So in case you have not yet enrolled for the Revit tutorial masterclass, this is where I get to teach you everything. I get to mentor you from beginning to end, from complete beginner until you become perfect in the use of Revit architecture. Okay, so there are so much noise at the background, and because of that, I may have to wrap up the training for today because the noise is so much, is disturbing a lot, and that is one of the reasons why I want to wrap up the training today. Otherwise, we would have continued more. But in any case, we'll still continue some other day. Okay, thank you for attending the training, and I believe I've answered most of your questions. I've answered all the questions that are here. I'm glad you attend the training for today, and see you in the next training. Bye.